Welcome back to Let's Play Grandia 2. Last time, some crap hit the fan. In the castle, we learned that Rowan is actually the prince of the Serum Kingdom. And, being known as the People of Darkness, they actually had a door sealing in the basement of the castle that sealed away something very bad. This door got broken open, and here we are trying to put a stop to whatever nightmare resides inside. So that's cool. Well, I got one in the middle though. Ah. I'd rather get the jump on you, thanks. Okay, I forget what's weak to what.
Off to the crematorium.
Okay, so the big guys don't like fire. The green guys don't care for fire.
These guys were no real challenge.
But that's still really enough to get the job done. So, all works out in the end. Ooh, money. Now this fight should be over in all of 3 seconds. I should have targeted one in the middle.
Off to the crematorium.
Because now that one on the edge won't get hit. Okay, Ryudo's got a cleaner run to it.
Hardly worthy of my notice.
That's the big egghead guys. The egghead guys, I think, use... I mean, like, we're gonna see more of them later on. I think they use, Stram to lower your attack, and I think they attack with electric attacks, but that may be another enemy. You, on the other hand, are quite new! Warp Warrior. I have no idea what you're weak to, if anything. That's right, Rowan is currently our healer. Now these guys have a couple fancy attacks if they manage to get them off.
You can really feel it.
They do not like Earth. Even remotely. Or fire.
This is boring.
They just don't like magic. Fair? Those guys have a couple annoying attacks if you manage to get them off, though, or if they manage to get them off. Also, I have no idea what's going on here. I'm just gonna get hit by him. I think. Yeah, just gonna get hit by it. Oh, I made it! Oh no. Same old, same old. Heck, we've actually, at this point, we've actually seen all of those enemies before. So you're not really missing out on much. Okay, this was a dagger. It wasn't obvious because it was behind a wall. This is the Soul Eater. Drains HP as 10% of damage. I don't remember if that means it does damage to Rowan in order to do more damage, or if it hurts the enemy, or if you gain HP by stabbing people with it. And I'm hopefully going to remember to actually pay attention to Rowan's HP. Okay, yeah, not much we can do that way, so hi. How are you? Confirmed Rowan gains HP. It's not much, it's 10% of the damage done. Or something to that degree. But hey, HP's HP. A lot of little puzzles throughout this dungeon. Like that switch. Like, yeah, you didn't have to go that far out of the way to hit it. But you know what? I'm alright with that. Okay, you guys gonna do anything else fancy, or am I just gonna trimmer you to death? That guy's dead.
You cannot get away with that!
That other guy's dead. And depending on Ryudo's AI, that guy's dead. Alright, well,
Real challenge.
I'm sure they'll do something fancy later on. We're gonna be seeing plenty more of them later on. Now, the mana harp we picked up works much like the other harps that we've picked up in that it'll or not regen, but it'll give you back some MP. It'll restore some MP. But there's a chance that the item will break. So it's consumable, but not consumable. That's a great looking factory there. I see some shadows over there, and that doesn't make me happy. How you doing? Bunch of brains. Bat wings. They keep seeing me and they can't do anything to me. It makes me happy because I don't have to fight them. These brains with wings, man. Not something I'm especially keen on seeing. But we're gonna see it. These brains are annoying as all get out, by the way. Vein brain. Like, not a lot of HP, but... First of all, they make an annoying noise, and they also cast a lot of electric skills, like Zap and Stram, so that's keen. Stram lowers your attack, otherwise it doesn't actually do any damage.
You can really feel it!
Okay, not terribly cool on Earth. But we killed them, so that's cool. That guy has a very bad headache. Oh man, right through me.
We won!
We're gonna see more of those bats. Okay, so we went that way. That's a save point. I like save points. And that's money. I also like money. Lets me buy stuff. Better gear. Lets me stab people harder. Stabbing people, always a good thing. As long as they're bad people, you don't want to stab good people. And I'd make an attempt to get a general consensus on what's good and bad. If you go deciding that for yourself, you're going to get into a lot of trouble. Vein brain. This is a heck of a place, though. What kind of place would even have this? Like, just all kinds of pipes and crap around. Nice heal spot. Make my job easier. Like, this makes me think of something. What would it be, though? Like, what kind of machinery would prompt a place like this? Like, I'm sure I know, but, like, darned if I know. I'm still pretty weak to magic. Four-bear necklace. Okay, I'm actually... I don't want to have to, like, check everything I get. Like, oh, what is this new thing that I got? Especially if it's, like, an accessory, like what does this random ring do? Because I'm never going to change it, and you guys probably don't want to see me stop and pause the game every 5 seconds. But sometimes you see something like Forebear Necklace and go, okay, no, but really, what does that do? Ooh, money. See, this dungeon's got a lot of neat, like, little interactables with it. They're not puzzles by any stretch of the imagination. But, like, you can do this to go back and forth. And they very easily could have just made this open. It's like, okay, you run over here and get this, you run over here and get this, and now you run back that way. But they just put this little interactable thing here, and it lets you go out either side. And, like, it's not a puzzle. Ah, crap. This is where these are going to be very, very annoying. Because what they do, or I should say what an enemy does when it attacks you, and how it's determined whether or not you have the advantage or they have the advantage, is when the enemy charges you, they actually charge the person at the rear of your line. If they hit them, they get the advantage. If you charge them and hit them in the rear of their line, you get the advantage. If you hit head-to-head, it's an even game. I think you can still get the advantage even if like there's only one dude, because you can't very well hit the rear of the line. Why is it always you going? But since these guys are up flying in the air and you're on such a restricted, narrow platform, it's really hard to loop around and, like, get into a position where you can prevent them from getting the advantage. Oh, he's gonna do something and it's not gonna do much. How do you like fire?
Off to the crematorium.
They don't like fire.
That was beautiful, you guys.
Like, at all. Now I have no idea which way I was going. Okay, pretty sure we haven't been here yet. It's the lizards that don't like fire. Alien guys, pretty alright with fire. I know I'm using these things very interchangeably, and it's very difficult to tell what the crap I'm talking about. Like, this dungeon does a couple little things like this, though, where I gotta run around, hit this button, rotate this over, and keep going this way. And on one hand, you could think, like, well, that's just wasting my time. And, like, technically it is, but, like, doing anything, it's a JRPG, for Pete's sake. It's so hard not to get surprised by them. It's almost like they were doing it on purpose. So the little puzzle things, they are simple, but to be honest, I like them. I like them because it adds a little bit of movement. It adds a little bit of life to the environment. Especially something mechanical like this. It feels like this is a place where stuff is done. Okay, that was actually a sword I got. And it's better than what I got. So where was I going? Clearly not up here. Just making my way around. I like the arrows too. Like they're not actual arrows. They're little like warning labels. But I like them because it helps you figure out where you're supposed to be going. Like especially if you get disoriented. I feel kind of bad for these guys. Because for the most part, if you know what you're doing in this game, you'll very rarely get hit by anything. At least from regular enemies. And, like, they've all got neat attacks and stuff, but I don't know, I feel bad sitting there and just going like, alright, hit me, bro. When, like, or I could just cast this spell. The sad thing is, like, I'm not even learning that from playing ahead. Like, I learned it in the first fight or two of these guys that I do live for you guys. Because as usual, I play ahead, but I also kind of want to cover ground, so I try to skip fights. So, like, I don't even know what I'm going to be in for fight-wise. That's a guy. We can go back up if we really wanted to. I don't know, I kind of don't want to go back up, though. I'd rather go deeper. I'm sure there's some nice things down here. And by nice things, I mean Valmar. Really, though, at this point, we know Melphis is around. His smell is quite distinctly about. Come on, dude. I was gonna say something, now I don't know what I was gonna say. Ah, it's a dude. I feel kind of bad that, like, every enemy that I've encountered is weak to fire. And Burn Flame is just, like, the easiest thing to hit everybody with. It's accessible, it's cheap, and everything is weak to fire. On one hand, I'd say that seems like an oversight. On the other hand, I'm sure it's going to bite me in the butt here in a bit, and we're going to encounter everything that's strong to fire. But that day is not today. Warp shoes. And a door. Well, let's see here. Warp shoes actually do exactly what you would think they do. In that Rowan's warp knife let you warp straight to the enemy, so too do these shoes. Merrick is going to be our chief runner of places, so I'm going to give him the warp shoes. Merrick also moves really slow. And I can never remember if it's speed, or agility, or move that actually determines I guess it's act. We need to get Merrick some more act. Hey, can I give you more? I can! Okay, speed. Ah, man, now we're going up base stats again. Like, speed and agility, what's the difference? I mean, I guess speed would do it. Let's give you speed and see if that changes... Whoops. Your act is still 83. Okay, I took a moment to spend all our special coins and magic coins, and I powered the crap up everybody's stuff. So we're all now at 3 for the stun, 2 for everything else. And all of these now are almost all at 3 stars. And it occurred to me that since I have 4 books, I can equip a 4th skill on everybody. You can equip 1 per book. Or something like that. I don't know. But yeah. So now we're doing pretty good, and I got everybody's stats kind of evened out, too. Like, I understand the nature of some characters being, like, stronger and more tanky than others, and I do support that, so I'm not... I never aim for, like, complete clean slates across the board, but when one character has a grave detriment to one stat, I want to fix that. Okay, that should fix everybody's stuff up. And I don't want to make this another short update, but next time, a lot's gonna happen, so I apologize, everybody, for giving you another somewhat short update. You'll have the time of your lives next time. Until then, everyone.